We're at the 142nd Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show. Launched in 1877, it is America's second longest continuously held sporting event behind the Kentucky Derby. To fully grasp Westminster's place in history, it predates the invention of the light bulb, the automobile, the zipper, the building of the Brooklyn Bridge, basketball, and the establishment of the World Series in baseball. There are some 2,800 dogs here, all competing for that most coveted award in the dog show world, Best in Show at Westminster. So let's go meet some of the handlers and owners and also see some of the personalities of these purebred dogs. With us, Gail Beischer, director here at the 142nd Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show. Tell our audience what they can expect today.
We have so many wonderful dogs here today. We have 2,800, as you said. They are coming from all 50 states and 16 other countries. Today we have the hound, toy, non-sporting, and herding breeds. And then tomorrow, of course, is sporting, working, and terrier.
And what's special about this year?
Well, we've been highlighting breeds of Chinese origin because it is the Chinese New Year next week, and we have several breeds that are ancient dogs that are still lovely pets today that are of Chinese origin, like Pekingese, Chinese Cresteds, Chow Chows. What else do we have? Shih Tzu, Chinese Shar Pei, there's lots of them. And so we think it's great to just highlight a breed and make sure the public knows that although they're fun-loving breed, they have a really long history, and that's really interesting about those breeds.
And this is also a benching show here. Do you want to explain to our audience what that means?
So for 142 years, Westminster has been a bench show, which means all the dogs have to stay on site and they're categorized by their breed. So it's very easy for the public to come, find the bearded collies or whatever breed they're interested in, talk to the breeders, owners, and handlers, and learn more about those breeds in case you're interested in bringing one home.
And it's a lot of work, though. I know I have nephews, and sometimes I forget how much work is involved.
Well, you're right, there's a lot of work involved in dog ownership, and that's why we want people to be educated and find out the exercise needs, the grooming needs, and the temperaments of these breeds if you're considering bringing one home. Do your research. It's a 15-year commitment, hopefully, and you want to make sure you have a wonderful family member.
And just to end this, it dates back to 1877.
It's good to remember that in 1877, people were doing exactly the same thing we're doing here, which is celebrating our dogs and our love of dogs.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, and who do we have here?
This is Wiz.
And what type of dog is Wiz?
He's a Finnish Spitz.
And tell me about the breed.
The breed comes from Finland, the national dog of Finland. They're bred to hunt a particular bird over in Finland. They run in the fields and ahead of the hunter. They spot the birds in the trees. They stand there, they bark. They're also known as the barking dog. They have a consistent bark. Their tail flashes, they wag it. It's supposed to hit the sun so the hunter can see it, and they can go find the bird, and then they can shoot the bird. And that's what their job is. So, fairly easy job.
So it likes the outdoors.
Yes, they love the outdoors, love to run.
They love to run. Oh, and what type of temperament?
Very friendly, some of them can be really laid back. Some of them are more hyper. It depends on the breed, on the dog. He's a little bit more hyper. He's very active, but they can run and jog, and they can be a calm house dog, and then they can also go out and run with you in the park or go jogging or whatever.
They go with children?
Yeah, yes, they are. So that's.
And how much grooming does it take?
Not too bad. I give him a bath and then I line brush him just to get the coat out. They got a double coat. When they shed, you just got to get the coat out, and then, then it grows back in. So, but, he's bathed about once every 3 days just because he's a show dog to keep the coat in and keep it nice color and everything. Here, Wiz. Yes. He says, yes, I see kids and other dogs down there.
What's his recent award?
He is the all-time Best in Show winner for the breed. He's won 4 national specialties. He won the breed here last year. He's undefeated at national specialties and at the AKC championship show. So he's won the breed all 4 years that he's been down there. He's an English import, so he's an English champion. He got his championship in Canada and also here. So he's doing pretty good. So
And just in general on dogs, how do you feed him? I mean, how often or?
he gets fed once every evening. After he's through with his run at night, he comes in, gets his food before he goes to bed. And that's it. He gets his treats. He likes his treats. So he likes string cheese. So, and I brought chicken livers this weekend. He really likes those.
Is that what makes him happy?
That's what makes him happy. Food. He's a very oriented food dog. Yes, he likes his food. So.
And how does he like New York City?
Actually, we've been walking on the streets every night, and he just takes it all in stride and goes. So, but yeah, we're from Kansas, so he's used to the country. But
How did you get here? Did you fly or did you drive?
we drove in 24 hours. We drove in. So
What do you think about flying pets or?
I don't particularly like to fly myself. So if I can drive someplace, I'll drive. You know, he travels so much that he don't care. But so. So, but yes, he is. Yes, he is. But his other mama lives up in Albany, New York, so he's, he gets to travel back and forth. But yes, so.
Is he from a line of winning dogs or?
On the English side, yes. Yeah, since he's an English import, he's the first over here. But I've had one litter out of him, and his son has already finished his championship, and he has a daughter that needs 1 point to finish, and then another daughter that's on her way. So he's doing pretty good. So.
Well, good luck there.
So thank you very much.
Thank you.
So.
Could you tell me what type of dog is this?
This is a Boston Terrier. His name is Prince. He was named after the musician Prince. He's 4 years old, and he won Select Dog today in the show.
Well, congratulations.
Say thank you, bud.
And tell me about the maintenance and upkeep.
Boston Terriers are a very low maintenance breed. They're short coated, so there's not a lot of grooming required. They don't do a lot of shedding, although they do shed. They're not hypoallergenic. It's not a lot. They don't blow their coat, so there's not a huge influx of fur at any time of the year. They love their people, often love their people more than other dogs, so they're very people-oriented and wonderful companions. They don't need a ton of exercise, so they're great for apartments. And they love to snuggle in the bed with you or on the sofa with you or be out playing with you. And they snort sometimes.
They're friendly dogs.
Very friendly. In general, yes. It always will vary with any individual dog, whatever the breed, but in general, they're great with children. And Princey's a very good boy. He's as sweet as they come.
All the way from Finland now. Who's this?
This is Elvira, 7 years old Lhasa female.
And what type of breed is it?
It's a Lhasa Apso, a Tibetan monastery dog.
Okay. And
Good guardians.
tell me about the breed.
The breed is very loyal to owners, have a long coat to cover and keep them warm in cold weathers and also cold in warmer weathers because they have tendons and good undercoat over here. They are from monasteries. They're more, on their own people. That's how they sleep in the beds, and they get the people warm. And they usually a little reverse to other people, but the own family. Well, but still they are not angry ones. They make very good family dogs. They love jogging. They can do lots of jogging, lots of agility. They are fantastic little dogs. They are sturdier than normal toy dogs because they're non-sporting dogs.
And tell me about the grooming. Is that a pretty big job?
Well, in a show coat, yes. In a home coat, of course, they're shorter puppy coat.
Okay.
But now in a show coat, they have a long coat. But only thing we need to do is bath and blow dry once a week, and that's all.
Blow dry once a week.
Yeah, bath, brush, and blow dry once a week. Otherwise, you need to bath earlier if they get dirty. But usually they are the coat is not getting so dirty because it's kind of human hair. It's not woolly or too soft.
It feels like human
Yeah.
hair.
And like human hair also.
It feels like my hair.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it looks better than my hair right now.
I always love that we use more time, more love and care for our dog's coat than our own hair. But that's how they are. I love the coat and this feel in there. It's kind of a relaxing, brushing and blow drying and doing all the stuff together with the dog.
She seems like she has such a nice, calm personality.
She does, and she loves the shows. She's already 7 years old, and she's been doing lots of showing around Europe. We've been winning over 20 Western shows, and she's probably all-time most winning Lhasa in Europe ever. And last October we were visiting here in St. Louis and won the Lhasa National here in USA. So that's why we kind of got tempted, and that's why we're here.
Oh, wow. Were you able to fly her under the seat, or?
Yes, we are able to fly her under the seat, but for the long flights we prefer it on hold because she has more room on hold. She has her own crate, which she feels comfortable, and she has her own toys and own stuff in there. As in the space under the seat is very small. Very small.
It is very small.
Yeah, and for 9 hours flight, 10 hours flight, it's quite a lot.
Oh, and have you never had any problems on an airline?
No, we use mostly European airlines.
Okay.
So at least on those we have never had any problems. Everything is smooth. Now you can see she's relaxing and taking it easy. She's so comfortable here. But she lives her life as a family dog, so she's very keen to people.
Does a lot of running outside, and she's good with children.
Yes, yeah. I have three kids. And
okay.
they all love her, and well, we have five of these, and they play all together and live with kids, and they are good family dogs.
And how's she enjoying New York?
Oh, she went to walk to Central Park for 2 hours just that she could have a good jogging and good time for the things number 1 and 2, but. 2 hours walking, and she did nothing. I was so sorry for her because she was so excited of New York, going over in Times Square and in Manhattan, and she's been a Manhattan girl.
Well, welcome to the nightlife.
No, during the nights, darling, we sleep.
Oh, good. Women who lunch. Well, thank you so much. Has she shown yet? Or?
No, we're showing in ring 4
Okay.
at around 2 o'clock.
Okay, well, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now who do we have here?
This is Odin.
And what type of dog is Odin?
He's a Bouvier de Flanders.
And tell me about the breed.
Well, they're a herding breed from Belgium. Originally used to be used to pull carts, but they're more of a herding breed now for sheep and livestock and that sort of thing.
And
so he lives in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area, in Portola Valley. So we came all the way from California, flew him out here, and this is our first trip to Westminster.
And are you out in the open there, or
Yeah, yeah. He lives amongst the trees. We live in a real wooded area, so he's got a lot of area to run around, and yeah.
So he likes a lot of exercise.
A lot of exercise, yeah.
And what about grooming?
Yeah, it's a big part of the breed for sure. It takes a lot. They do a lot of stripping. So these dogs, people do either hand stripping or they use a stripping knife. So it kind of depends. But yeah, that's a big part of it. A lot of brushing, a lot of combing, and the stripping of the coat. You strip the coat down until it becomes really coarse, and that's what I think a lot of judges look for and people expect from the breed.
And tell me about some of his competitions.
Well, this is his 10th show. He won the national, so that was a really big one for him because it's kind of rare, and it was only his 9th show, and he's pretty young. He's only 2. So this is kind of a new thing for him, and it's a new thing for us as well. We haven't really done the dog show thing before, but based on his dad was a big dog show winner, and so we wanted to make sure that we finished him to his championship, and then we kind of got into it, and when we got the invitation here, we kind of had to check it out.
Oh, and how much does he weigh?
He's about 95.
95 pounds?
Yeah.
Okay. How much will he go up to, do you think, or is it?
That's hard to say. I mean, we'll see. They keep growing until a little over 3, and then it probably he'll cap off. But yeah.
Oh, well, welcome. And how's he adapting to New York City?
I think he likes it. He might like where we are a little bit better, but maybe that's the weather has something to do with it. Although he really likes cool weather because of the coat. Yeah.
Well, welcome.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Congratulations there.
Thank you very much. All right.
Now, with this, tell me who's this?
This is Phantom. His registered name is Grand Champion, Encore and Conquer Countries, Music of the Night. Yeah, I know, it's long.
And tell me about the breed.
The breed, he is a Cocker Spaniel. He is what's called a black Cocker Spaniel.
A little one, a minute. Is it a miniature or no?
No miniatures in that breed.
Oh, okay.
He is correct size. They go to 15 inches for the males, and he's still young. He just turned 2. He's still growing and maturing. You know, he's just a good boy.
And where did he come? Where did you come from?
Oh wow, you're gonna love this. I'm from Wisconsin.
So you came a long way.
I came a long way. It was a long drive. So we're from Wisconsin, and Phantom's originally, this is his breeder, and they're from Florida. So this guy's done some traveling in his career.
Whoa, more traveling than I've done. And tell me about maintenance.
Maintenance, they're really, if you see, they have hair, not fur. So Phantom gets a bath a week, you know, but he's a house dog. He goes out in the yard, he plays, he picks up leaves, you know. He's just a normal dog.
What do you mean the difference between hair and fur?
Some of the dogs are double coated, say like and they have fur, and he has almost like it's like human hair.
Yeah. Oh, I
See? Yeah. It's really soft, isn't it?
It is. And do you have any tips for first time owners of a dog?
You know what? The best thing, go to a dog show or meet the breeds. Find out a dog that meets your lifestyle. If you're really active, find a dog that if you want to run, that can do it. Don't buy a couch potato if you like to run 5 miles a day. You know, you have to find one that meets your needs.
And they take a lot of time.
You have to be willing to, I mean, he's my buddy. He's my best friend. He lays on my feet. I work for a healthcare company. I'm telecommute. He lays on my feet when I'm working. I mean, he's a great companion, and you have to want that. If you don't want to have them around for their whole life, then don't do it. Now this is John.
Hi, John.
John's he's an Ascot or a buff. And if anybody says cockers aren't sweet, I think we're disproving it.
Oh, I think so. Look
Good boy,
at it.
Johnny.
How do you know John? Just from sitting here on the benching, or?
We were at other shows, and I got to play with John and some other of them.
Is John some of the competition?
No, because we have varieties in Cocker Spaniels. We have blacks.
Oh, okay.
Then we have Ascobs, which is any other solid color other than black, where you have buff like John, or like the Royal Canin winners, Striker, who is a brown and tan. So, and then you have parties, which are coming up soon. They're multicolors.
They're the multicolors.
Yep.
Oh.
Same dog, just different color.
And then how often do you feed your dog?
That Phantom does once a day. A lot of people will feed two times a day, and that's up to the owner.
Okay.
You know, a dog will be what you want them to be. You have to remember they are a dog, and you can train them to do what they're supposed to do. Like Phantom will stay, lay on this table, let you guys pet him and everything else, but he'll stay here. You know, he won't jump off and run, but we were just off on the side there playing with his toy, and he was running and fetching it, and he was just having the best time. So.
Just one thing about the feeding. Does he eat hard food or soft, or does he find it different, or?
Phantom gets kibble. That's really good for his teeth, takes tutter, but I'm a bad owner. He does get some treats and some other things.
I just asked because my brother has a dog, and I think one of my girlfriends who has a dog says, "You're feeding that dog too much." And I said, and it seems that people do feed them once a day. And
You know, you gotta watch.
That
I
they
mean,
don't gain.
you gotta like go. If you go along your dog, don't look at how much they weigh. If you can just barely feel their ribs, then you're good. See, you can kind of feel them under there, but there
Right.
isn't a lot.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's more of the feel test than it is the how much you weigh, and then you can vary what he eats. He does like his liver. We're in Wisconsin. My husband does some farming, and Phantom gets liver.
Well, has Phantom shown already? Or?
Yes, Phantom didn't like the carpet, but he's still the best man in the world. He won a Best in Specialty show, so he's done everything his mother could ever want.
Oh,
He's the best baby in the world.
thank you.
Anytime.
I'm his breeder. I'm Encore Cockers, and Phantom was one of a litter of 6. 4 of them went into show homes, and all 4 of them finished their championship before 1 year of age. Phantom has been exclusively owner-handled by his co-owner, Debbie. Her and I own him together. And she has put every point on him for his championship and his grand championship, and he's halfway through his bronze champion. Phantom is just 2 years old, so he's a young dog. He's got a long career ahead of him, and we're very proud of him. Very, very proud of him.
Hey, first of all, this is Skye.
Yes, this is grand champion, bronze grand champion, Habaton Sky's the limit. And she's got her herding championship, which is very difficult to get. So she got her herding championship in November, and then a week later we flew to Germany to the World Dog Show, where she won Vice, they call it Vice World Winner. She was the second best Border Collie bitch there out of 107 bitches. Skye, look over here. Come here.
So she's been quite active.
Oh, very busy. And she's going to have puppies this summer.
Oh.
Yeah, so, and she's a bronze grand champion, so that means, and she's almost a silver. If she wins today, in about maybe 3 more times, she'll be a silver grand champion. So, I mean, the main story about Skye is that she's a show dog, but she's also a really, really good herding dog.
A really good herding dog.
Yeah, to be able to get a herding champion, she has to...
Now, what does that entail to get a herding championship?
Oh, until Susan did it. Susan, come here. She wants to know what you have to do to get a herding championship. She did it.
You have to first become an advanced, get an advanced title in either sheep, cattle, or ducks, and then you have to get a total of 15 points. 2 of those have to be first places, and one of them has to be a 3-point major or better.
Some accomplishment.
Well, it takes a lot of work, but these dogs make it easy. Their desire to do it is really, really there.
So she has a great design.
She does. She'd rather do nothing more than herd.
Skye, come here. Over here.
Hi. And now right behind us, is this her brother?
This is her brother here, but yeah. And he hates to be groomed, so he has a very ugly look on his face.
This is Skye's brother.
This is Trey.
Look
at him. He's very angry.
He's angry. He doesn't like to be groomed.
No, he's like, get me off this table.
And tell me a little bit about his
Trey is also working on his herding championship. He doesn't have it yet, but he's working on it. And he is a grand champion. And this year he won a specialty, so he's a best in specialty show. He won a Border Collie specialty. So he's done, he's doing really well. Not as good as his sister yet, but Trey.
Look,
see, he's so mad at me. Can you tell he's angry at me for putting him on the table? He would much rather be with the sheep and the ducks and the geese. And yeah, they had at the hotel this morning, Susan was walking them, and there were ducks and geese out by the water. And she just about lost the dogs. They wanted to go get them.
They wanted to go?
Oh yeah. They were like, we're not going to potty. We just want these ducks and the geese, that's all. And she's kind of a show-off too, because she pulls people in. She makes eye contact, and then see what she's doing. She's pulling people to her.
she does.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
see,
yeah.
I
And then she
see.
kisses them, and she'll put her foot out, and she doesn't even have to know them to do it. She's just like that. Skye, look here.
Look at you.
She says, but she knows Becky. Becky has shown her before.
Okay.
Yeah, so she thinks Becky has food in her pocket.
Oh,
They're not paying any attention anymore? Okay.
Oh. Well, good. Have they shown already?
No,
or-
at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
good
we got to
luck
get them
there.
ready. We got,
Okay,
got 20 minutes.
Okay. Good luck there. America's Dog Show has its roots in the 1870s when a group of sporting gentlemen would go to their favorite hotel bar, which was downtown New York City near Union Square, and they would trade stories about their shooting accomplishments as well as their dogs and the abilities of their dogs. Well, one night over cocktails, they decided, let's start a dog show. And then they decided to name it after their favorite hotel, which was Westminster. So hence, the Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show was born. And the winner of the 142nd Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show, Best in Show, was a Bichon named Flynn. As part of his post-victory media appearances, he stopped in at Sardi's restaurant in the Theater District here in New York City to lunch.
How did he like the chicken, you think?
Well, he liked the chicken because he usually eats Pro-Plan Purina, so this is a little extra treat. But he's a good eater. He likes good food.
So how has been the past 24 hours or the past 12 hours been for you and Flynn?
Very exciting, very tiring, but fun.
Did you expect this outcome when you went?
No, never expected at Westminster. You just come prepared for the worst case scenario and hope for the best.
We at home expected it.
Oh, his temperament is awesome. He's just, this is a breed that was bred to be circus dogs, so they're really bred to entertain people. And so he has a really sweet, he's tired now. Usually he would be, doing his paws at you, like pick me up, pick me up. He has a super temperament. He will be 6 years old in March. And he's done being a show dog now. He's gonna go home and play in the snow and chase cats and sleep on couches.
All right, thank you.
They're just smart, fun. Is that the kind of way you mean? Yeah. Good family dogs, good companions.
And then he's getting ready to retire?
He's gonna go home and just be a dog, enjoy his life.
Thank you, please. Michael?
Oh, he's the best. Oh, I can't. I'm having separation anxiety. Straight from my show to the Best in Show.